Hi guys, I am back in this heat and I have so many new things to try. I've accumulated quite a few bits and bobs that I just thought if I do one video testing all of the kind of new in things that I've got in my collection, that could be a good idea. I do have a nail appointment on Friday, so please just ignore the state of my nails for now. They are not the best and it is very, very hot in this room, so bear with me. I've got absolutely loads of new stuff to try. I've got two new highlighters from Arttitude Cosmetics. I've got the What's Up Beauty Primer that is coming out this Friday. I've got the Plouise pressed powder for the under eye. I have got the Star palette from Madwitch Cosmetics as well as a blush palette. I am excited to dive into this as well as the new Cosmic brushes. We've got some nice things to test in today's video. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very, very excited. So first up, we've got the What's Up Beauty Primer and I'm excited for this because it actually looks like you get quite a lot of product in this. It says 12ml and I need something hydrating for my dry skin. So I'm thinking this is gonna be great. Now this is gonna launch on Friday. It's gonna be $31 and I'm gonna read you the benefits. It says lightweight and fast absorbing, dewy finish, water-based milky formula without fragrance or tint, slightly sticky finish, free from potentially harmful ingredients, skin loving ingredients like vitamin C, vitamin E, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide. It's saying all the right things to me. That's what I love in a primer, especially for my dry face. So I'm gonna apply this and I am gonna use one of the new Cosmic brushes. So I did order this set. This set retails for £60. I think you can buy them individually and I do have a code with Cosmic if you want to save some pennies on their website. I couldn't resist this. I love everything that I buy from Cosmic brushes and everything that they gift to me. But I did buy these myself and I am going to use this brush. Like, I'm going to use the different brushes in the video today, but I'll link them down below if you want to take a closer look because they just look so cute. I'm going to use this one, which is the CB13, and I think it's going to be perfect for skincare and the way that you can have the stippling effect on the end, but it's also kind of, it's not too dense. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's going to be perfect for applying the primer. Gosh, I am so hot right now. I can't even tell you how hot I am right now. But yeah, we're going to put some of this on because I am a dry skin girly and this has got niacinamide and I love niacinamide. I love hyaluronic acid. I love anything that says it's going to hydrate my skin. So this is perfect. I love the fact as well we've got no perfume scents, anything like that in here. It is, oh, this brush is nice. It is literally just the good ingredients for your skin, which I am all about. Now this primer was gifted to me very kindly by What's Up Beauty and I'm so happy I'm putting it on my face right now because it's actually really nice and cool and it's cooling me down a little bit. But this brush is really good for applying skincare. That does feel very lightweight, refreshing, cooling. I'm gonna see in a minute or two if it dries down, if it gets tacky or what is going on, but if you're one of those people as well that doesn't really like to put primer on with their fingers, you don't like the feel or whatever, this brush would be great for you. Like I say, I do think you can get them individually. But I just wanted the set because obviously it's me and it also means I don't have to clean my brushes because I've got new ones. Oh, it is a little bit tacky, which I absolutely love. And you don't usually get a primer that is hydrating and still a little bit tacky. I'm loving that and I'm loving the fact that it's got all the skincare benefits inside and it's hydrating. So far so good. I am just going to be applying my usual NARS Soft Matte Foundation in Mont Blanc, but I am going to test out one of the other brushes. Which one should we go for? Because I feel like there's more than one foundation brush in this set that you could use. Like I feel like most people will go for this one, which is the CB16, which yes, you can do. But if you wanted something a little bit more rounded and domed and a little bit fluffier, you could use the CB20, but actually looking at that now, would that be better for bronzer? And then that one could be for blush, that one could be for highlight, that one could be for powder, that one also could be for blush, and then we've got the eye brushes. I like to sort of look at a set when I first get it and sort of plan out what I'm going to do with it because yeah, if I use that for foundation, then I can use the other one for bronzer and I get more use out of all the brushes, if you see what I mean. They do feel like beautiful quality though. They're super soft and I love the ivory handles. It's actually called the Ivory Deluxe set. Like I say, we'll link everything down below because my brain is not working right now because it's too hot in this room. Okay, so going in with the CB16, yeah, that is a very dense brush. It seems to pick up quite a lot of product, but it is distributing it nicely. And although I do prefer a sponge on the whole, I would use this brush again. I quite like this for applying this foundation. This brush is going to be great for everybody that likes full coverage because I feel like I'm not losing any product because obviously I'm not using a sponge, but it is really dense. And I mean, this is a full coverage foundation, but it's not usually looking this full coverage. That is quite impressive. And as well, it's gone on top of that What's What Beauty primer beautifully. I feel like that is a really good combination. Like, I do have fake tan on, I know. My face isn't matching my body super well right now, but it's okay. We're going to bronze it up and it is all going to be fine. Say it with me. It is all going to be fine. Then, of course, I'm going to go in with the Plouise powder. I've seen people raving about this powder and how brightening and full coverage and amazing and blurring it is on the under eye. I'm hoping all those claims are true because that is what I need on my under eye. However, I feel like everybody that's been testing it has been under a certain age and they don't have fine lines, and I do have some fine lines, and it does settle into them when I've got heavy powder. So I'm going to be testing it on my slightly creasy under eyes, and we're going to see if it's actually as good as all the sort of teenagers are saying it is. Now, I did go for the shade, I love the packaging, like I really do enjoy the packaging. I've gone for the shade Porcelain because online I really didn't know what shade to pick, and I did want something brightening that could still be brightening even with sort of my winter complexion. So yeah, I went for Porcelain. If it's amazing, I would be tempted to pick up other shades, especially there's a pink one that looks kind of cute that I could be about, depending on what the formula's like of this. Doesn't really smell of anything, but yeah, the packaging is so cute. It's really, really nice. Super nice. It says there's 12 ml of product and it is cruelty free. So I'm gonna just apply some of my Maybelline Superstay concealer, and this is in, what shade is this? Number 10. Interestingly, it is marketed as an under eye brightening powder, but I think most people will use it all over their face as well. So it would be interesting if it is a good formula, maybe to get a different shade as well, just so that it matches my skin tone a little better rather than putting Porcelain everywhere. And I do use this concealer because it is more lightweight for my under eye. I can't be doing with a thick, where is the camera right now? Like, what, is my chair the right height? Yeah, I can't be doing with a really thick, heavy under eye just because, like I say, you know, I'm not the youngest. So I'm going to take my Arttitude Cosmetics powder puff and I'm going to go into Porcelain. And we're gonna see if the claims are true. Okay. And I'm only gonna set my under eye with it just to see how that looks. I think I picked a good shade though. Like, my face was already quite white anyway, so as for the brightening, I'm not 100% sure, but it's nice. Is it the best I've ever tried? I will have to try it some more, of course, but what is that? Get off. It's a little heavy on my creasy under eyes. I can't lie, guys. It's a little bit heavy. I don't know how well you're going to be seeing it on camera, but it is a little drying. Because like I say, I do have dry skin, but the rest of my face is looking great with that, there's a cat hair, is looking great with that primer, but the under eye is a little bit dry and heavy looking. Need to try that out some more, definitely. It's not the worst one I've used and I don't think it's bad, maybe I need to use less product because my eyes are a little bit more on the aging side, maybe. The jury's still out on this one. Still loving the packaging though. Now I am going to use a little bit of my Makeup Revolution cream bronzer just because I absolutely love it, and this is in Light, and I don't know what brush I want to use for this out of the set. Maybe I could, right, okay. I'm not 100% sure, I could change my mind in the future, but for today I'm going to go in with the CB20, which looks, it feels so soft and beautiful. I'm going to go in with a little bit of this. It might be a little bit too big for what I'm wanting it for. Says nobody ever, but we're gonna see. Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah, that is, oh yeah. I like that. Well, that did the job kind of quick and nicely, and it feels super soft. I am a fan of this brush. Let's actually try and match the rest of my body with my face. That would be a great idea. Oh, this brush is so efficient. I feel like it's a one and done brush. Like if you're in a rush and you want to apply some cream bronzer, this is the one. I imagine it'd be really nice for foundation as well, but I'm really glad that I've picked it for cream bronzer. Now the under eyes are standing out and being a bit brighter, so that's great because that's what we wanted. Okay, I'm a fan of that brush for that job. Of course you can use the brushes however you like, but for me, I enjoyed using that for cream bronzer. Now I am just going to go in with it again with the Plouise powder and just set everywhere that I want to be brightened. So I will add a little bit to the chin, maybe a little bit down the nose and a little bit on the forehead. I may have brightened too much on the chin. Help! Let's just use this big beautiful powder brush to dust it away. This is the CB17. All these brushes feel amazing. I'm so glad I picked up this set. I've just set my face with the Arttitude Cosmetics loose powder in linen everywhere that I didn't want to be super brightening. And I'll just use a little bit of my Ofra bronzer just to powder bronze things up a little bit. It is in the shade River, and I think I'm gonna use, should I use this brush? This is the CB14, just to add a little bit of that bronze back since we've got the fake tan going on today. So the Madwitch Cosmetics very kindly sent me their blush palette as well as the eyeshadow palette, which will be coming up, and I do now have a code with Madwitch, and it is not affiliated, but if you want to save some pennies then I'll pop it on the screen for you so that you can pick anything up from the site. This blush palette is £23 and it has 6 beautiful shades, and you know my eyes are drawn to that bright orange at the top. I think it is absolutely stunning and I really like the artwork, and I love to support an indie brand. You know this, guys, you know this. I do really like the owner, she is also my friend, and I'm excited to try this out. Now, why have I got the feeling this is going to be super duper pigmented and I need to be careful? I think what I want to do though is I want to use 2 shades. I might go in with the lighter pink and then go into this one more toward the higher parts of the cheek. Is that a plan? So with my CB15, I'll go in with a lighter shade first because then that seems less scary, and I'm just going to tap that off a lot and place that first shade just around here. Oh good, I didn't pick up too much. That's nice to know. Then I'm going to go into a little bit of the deeper shade. Like I said, ooh, she pigmented. She pigmented. That blush is pigmented. Be very, very careful when you go in with that, especially the deeper shade. I am still excited to try the orange at some point as well, and I do like the fact you get a cute little mirror in this. I think it is really nice. I do like this shade selection in this as well. I think it's got variety and I think it'll work beautifully on deeper skin tones as well. But if you are more fair, be careful. Light-handed, guys, light-handed. Then I need to use one of the new Arttitude Cosmetics highlighters that came out in the most recent collection, and I did pick up Flotation and Cohesion. I had to buy them. It was shouting, screaming to me. So Cohesion is the most delicious looking multi-chrome highlighter, and Flotation is a little bit more smooth looking. It's really difficult to describe between the two, but hopefully you'll be able to see on the swatches. I think I want to go in with, maybe we'll go in with Cohesion today. Cohesion is $17.99 and Flotation is $11.99. Now I'm going to use this brush, which is the Cosmic Brushes CB12, but first I'm going to spray my face. This would also make a really nice blush brush, I feel. It's possibly a little bit, ooh, it's possibly a little bit bigger than what I would usually use for a highlighter brush. Oh, she's so pretty. This one has definitely got chunkier bits in it than Flotation. So if you want something a little bit more smooth, I'd lean more towards this one. This one is a little bit more glittery and intense. Yeah, she's definitely intense. You can see the particles, whereas Flotation is a lot smoother looking and less chunky, do I want to say? Not that it looks bad, it looks absolutely stunning on the skin and I love it, and that's going to match so many looks that I do with that kind of shade, but this one's a little more bluey, purpley and smoother, so bear that in mind if you're considering picking one of them up. I think that highlighter is so cute. Then we are left with quite a few brushes for eyes from the Cosmic Brushes selection. I feel like that one would be really good for cutting a gigantic crease. That is the CB10. We have more of an angled brush that is for, I'm not even showing you, am I? That was the first one I talked about. This one is more for eyebrows or liner. That one would be really good for the lower lash line, which is the CB19. Then we have more of a flat packing brush or a cut crease brush. This is the CB8. A big fluffy blending brush. That is the CB9, and I would definitely use that for dragging out looks into my blush. Then we have another fluffy brush here, which is the CB1. Still quite a big fluffy brush. We have a really teeny tiny detail brush here, which is the CB5, and then a really small little blending brush, which is the CB18. So I'll use as many of these as I can in the eye look today because I have used all of the face brushes. Can you believe I did it? I tested them all. So far, so good. My favourite one, I think, so far, I really like the big powder brush, which is the CB17, and I really enjoyed, where is it? Where are you? This one. The CB20 for the cream bronzer. Love that brush. I might actually pick up another one of these. So this is a really cute palette. It's called The Star, and we have a cat on the front. You know I love a cat. And then inside, the colour story is absolutely stunning. It is so up my street, it's unreal. You know that my eyes are drawn to this bright green here called Inspiration, and we're definitely using that today. We've got a nice mirror, and we have 4, 8, 12, 16 shades, and we have a black for deepening up. We've got the gorgeous green. We've got different looking shimmers in this. I can see 2 that are shifting already, and then I can see some more foily ones as well as more traditional looking ones. Like, I haven't even swatched this yet. I'm going to swatch it after I've done the eye look because I want to be totally surprised, but this colour story speaks to my soul. We have the 2 matte rows down the middle, the 2 shimmer rows down the side, and I think this colour story is going to please so many people. So this palette does retail for £50 if you are buying it and you are in the UK and you want it shipping from the UK. I think it's a little bit more if you're not buying UK to UK, but you can find out more details on the website. I will link this, of course, down below if you're interested in picking it up. And if you want to pick it up with the blush palette, I think there's a bundle, and I think it's for like, what was it, £69 for the 2 together. But do remember my code, if you want to save some pennies, like I say, it will be in the description box as well. All of my codes usually are if you're wanting to pick anything up, and it will say if it's affiliated or if it's not affiliated, but either way, it saves you some pennies. Now I have just primed with my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base, and we are going to go in with this delicious looking palette. I definitely want to use this bright green shade because it makes my heart very happy, and I feel like green and purple is such a beautiful combination. Is that what I want to do? I'm going to start out actually with the Cosmic Brushes CB11 because I want to be very precise, and I want to take the shade Generosity, and I'm just going to mark out sort of where I want that shade to be, because I feel like we're going to do some sort of cut crease situation, you know? Like, I know it's looking messy right now. It's fine. It's all good, but I just kind of wanted to mark out sort of the shape that I wanted, and this brush is perfect for that. Then I'm going to take this teeny tiny CB18 brush from Cosmic, and I'm going to go into the shade Optimistic Outlook just to blend out that deeper purple, and I'll probably go back and forth between the 2 to work on the blend a little bit as well. Okay, so that's how we're looking. I am just going to cut the crease so it's a little bit neater, and then we'll go in with some more mattes. Okay, then I'm thinking we're going to start out with the deeper green, maybe go to Positivity and then end up with Inspiration. So taking the CB1 brush, I'm going to start out with Strength, which was that deeper green, and I'm just going to pack that into the outer corner. Oh, don't you love a purple and green combination? Then going into Inspiration, because I can't hold off any longer and I need that bright green. And I'm using this on a CB8 brush. And of course I want that toward the inner corner. And if you do use this on top of a white base, it will pop even more than it already is. Then I'm going to use a tiny little bit of positivity and a little bit more of inspiration just on the outer corner, just to create a nice blend out there. And I've left the middle free for a shimmer, but I think I'm just going to continue on the lower lash line and use this CB19 just to continue adding the greens where I want them, because this is a nice precise brush. We've got so many shimmer options, and like I say, I haven't actually swatched this yet, but we could go in with Bright Prospects. Holy moly, that picked up a lot on my finger. Then we have Spirituality, which, oh my gosh, that is shifty. That is like pink, purple, a little bit white, a little bit, oh, I can see a little bit of sort of fiery peach in there as well. That would be cute. Then there's Healing, which is like a white, pinky, sort of shifty shade. And we have Calmness. Oh, that's stunning. Renewal of Spirit, beautiful, but I don't think it's going to go with this look. We have Faith. Oh, that's so shifty too. I wasn't expecting that. It looks straight up blue. It's this one. It just looks blue. And then when I put it on my finger and hold it up, it looks a little bit sort of turquoisey, tealy, minty. That is beautiful. We have A Sense of Hope. That's super shifty as well. Okay, that looks straight up dark green, but in the pan it looks dark blue. That is a blue, that is blue, purple, green. That is what that is. And then we have Joy. Oh, that matches nice to the purple we've got going on above. I think I'm going to take a little bit of Calmness on my finger, which was the green, and I'm just going to pop it next to that deeper green shade. Then I might go into a little bit of Spirituality, just because that one looked incredible. And popping it over the top of different matte shades will transform shades like this as well. Oh, that is beautiful. Am I allowed to use a third? Can I pop a little bit of Joy somewhere? At this point, I just want all the shimmers on my eyes. Can you blame me? They are stunning. I might go in with the tiniest bit of black, which is called Good Health, just to deepen up that outer corner. That is a pigmented black. Like, I tapped off my brush. That is a pigmented black. That added drama and definitely deepened things up that little bit more. I'm loving how this is looking. Oh, okay. I'll be back when I finished up this makeup look, but look at those shimmers. So we have the finished look. Please do let me know what you think, guys. I really like all the products that I tried today, so let's go through them and let's talk about them. So the first thing was the new What's Up Beauty primer launching on Friday. I really like this primer. My makeup is applied absolutely beautifully on top of it, especially on this awfully hot day, and I definitely don't have any dryness. Like, it's very rare that I find a primer that is hydrating and the right sort of formula to sit nicely under my makeup without making sort of dry patches, just a few here and there, no matter what hydrating primers I have tried. So I'm a big fan of this from first impressions, I have to say. My base is looking exactly how I would want it to look. I think this has the potential to be my new favourite primer, so if you are a dry skinned girly, then please do check out this primer, because so far so good, and it does definitely feel lightweight like it says. It's definitely hydrating, and it's nice to know that it's got the added skincare benefits in there. So yeah, I will link this down below if you are interested, and all the information about when it launches. The Madwitch blush palette, the Scorpio Heart, I think is such a beautiful colour selection in this. I like the fact you get a mirror. I like supporting smaller UK indie brands. It's one of my favourite things to do. I think the tones in this are beautiful. The ones that are chosen, we go from light to mid-tone to deeper, and you can mix it up. You could even use these as eyeshadow if you wanted, because they are quite pigmented. Now, I will say overall I do prefer a less pigmented blush, just because I'm heavy-handed and I don't like to go in bit by bit and be super duper careful. So that is just my personal preference, but as long as you remember that these are very pigmented shades, I think you'll be absolutely fine, especially with a less dense brush. And I think the colours are beautiful. I really like the shades I've chosen, but you know, in an upcoming video I'm going to be reaching for that orange because orange blush is just my favourite. But I think if you're looking for a new blush palette, you're into indie brands, why not check this one out? The highlighters from Arttitude. Now I knew I was going to love them. I usually do like everything that Arttitude releases. I did buy these ones myself, although I am an affiliate for the brand, so I do have a code in case you wanted to save any pennies picking anything up. I think these are currently still in stock. Like I say, there is a slight price difference because I think the Cohesion one is a more of a multi-chrome, which is the one that I used today, which is a little bit of a chunkier formula, but it looks absolutely stunning. Again, you could use this as eyeshadow or an eyeshadow topper type of thing. And then the flotation is $11.99, so a little bit cheaper. This is a bit of a smoother formula and consistency. It just looks more sort of wet looking and a sheen on the skin, and it is more of a purpley blue, and I think it's stunning and it matches the palette beautifully. If you haven't checked out my recent video where I'm trying the new Arttitude Cosmetics palette, then please do, because that palette is stunning and I do need to use that again. Another little UK indie brand, like I say, one of my favourite things to support. Then we've got the Plouise pressed powder for the under eye. Now I don't hate this and I'm not totally in love with it either. So far, from first impressions, I think it's okay. I think it's a good powder. It's definitely brightening. I don't think it's definitely not the worst I've used. Trust me guys, like I've used some bad powders in my time. Now I do need to play around with this a little bit more so that I can sort of work out whether I need to use less product, more product, whether I use a brush, whether I use a powder puff, that type of thing. But I mean, my under eyes look good. They don't look bad. They're not the best they've ever looked in my entire life, but actually I would still be tempted to pick up another one. So with that information, go forward as you wish if you're considering picking one up. But £18, I don't think it's the cheapest, but it is very bougie packaging, I will give it that. These brushes and the little brush holder from Cosmic I think is so cute. I love every single brush that I have tried. There wasn't one dud brush. I think the only one I didn't use was this one, because I did in the end use the teeny tiny one for just a little bit of brow bone highlight when I was off camera. But yeah, this is the only one I haven't used, but like I say, perfect for lining underneath your brow with some concealer and cutting it out, or doing a cut crease if you're wanting a bigger brush for that, or even patting out some concealer. But yeah, I will definitely use that, use the rest of them. This one that I first used for skincare was fantastic. But like I said earlier, I think my favourites was the cream contour brush and the big powder brush, but I don't think you can go wrong with any of these brushes. Like, Cosmic Brushes knows quality when it comes to eyeshadow and brushes, and everything I've tried from them I have really loved. So I'm excited to give these a clean and then try them some more, because I think they are a fantastic purchase. And I think if you buy the whole set that is £60, it is like almost half price off than buying them all individually, something like that. But don't forget, I do have a code if you want to save any pennies on anything from Cosmic. You know how much I love them. I do have brushes from Cosmic in the past. I've got the neon set and the faux natural set, which is like these purple ones. So they've got a variety if these brushes aren't for you and you want to check out something else on their website. But I really like these. They look kind of bougie. They'd be really nice as a gift. And then last but not least, the Star palette from Madwitch Cosmetics. Like, as soon as I saw the reveal for this and I saw the colours inside, I was like, wow. Just wow. If you know me and you've been on my channel before, you know that I absolutely love shades like this. They are my favourite to work with, especially when we've got a bright, delicious green like this, and I just like look at it on the eye, just look at it. Now, I didn't realise as well until I started swatching them that the shimmer shades are so shifty and special. These are not just your bog standard normal shimmer shades, guys. If you like a little bit of shift, a little bit of multi-chrome, duochrome, dimension, you are going to love these shimmer shades. I think the mattes are very pigmented, blendable. I had no issues whatsoever using them today. Of course, it's a first impressions. I will have to use this palette some more for my final review, but that black was pigmented, and if there's anything I love, it's a pigmented black in a palette, just so that then I can deepen up that outer corner. And I do think it added that little bit of extra drama, so I'm so glad that was included. And we have different shimmer formulas in this palette, which I really appreciate. It just adds a little bit more variety, and I'm really impressed with this palette, guys. I'm excited to use it some more. Please do let me know if there's any more looks you want me to do with this palette, any sort of colour combinations. Of course, I've got to use those blues. I didn't use the blues and I need to, especially this Faith shade that just looks like a unsuspecting little blue shimmer. You know, nothing particularly special until you put it on the finger and then it changes colour and it's like, bam. So So guys, it's been a bit of a here, there and everywhere kind of video today because I had so many new things to test. Hopefully this video isn't too long and editing Kerry has cut it down quite a bit for you. Please do let me know what you think to the products that I've tried today. Are you interested in picking any up? Did you just want to kind of chill and watch a little bit of makeup and you want to shop your stash? Because that's absolutely fine too. Is there anything that you are surprised about? Do let me know in the comments down below. I'd be really interested. Let me know what you think to this look, the eyeshadow look. Yes, it's a little bit dramatic, but it's me. I will leave down below my socials as well as my YouTube membership and my Patreon group, and thank you so much for joining me for this video guys. Please don't forget to subscribe if this is the kind of content that you enjoy, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!